Hi, I'm Jeff, and I want to show you my bus that my wife and I have converted to somewhat of a motorhome camper. It's 2000 GMC Savannah. Started life as a 14 passenger bus for a school system. Then it became a church bus, and we bought it from the church. It had a few issues, but we were able to work through them and get this thing on the road. It's a work in progress. It's not done. I'm not sure if it'll ever be done. As you can see, we still haven't painted it yet. It still resembles the church bus. So, some of the mistakes I've made. One thing, I put a hitch on this bus because, you never know when you're going to need a cooler or bicycles. I found on a trip that we had a flat rack with some large coolers. The exhaust melted one of the coolers, so the exhaust had to be changed to come out the side. As far as the back, we've decided we're going to sticker bomb the back with places we've been, things we've seen. We're getting there, slowly. One of the things I do recommend that if you do this, check the legality of doing this. In our state, if it's something that you can sleep in and eat in, it's got to have an RV plate, which was just horrible to get this rebodied from a bus to an RV. The police inspections and the license branch were just a nightmare. Insurance was the easy part. As far as the converting of this, in the back, under the bed, I've got storage for firewood, electrical cables, barbecue, stuff like that. Nothing too exciting on the outside other than it needs paint. I've added a 110 system off of a marine type system, so it's weather tight. Holds up well. Haven't had any trouble in the rain or anything. We took one of the old seats, saved it, reupholstered it, moved it up front, made a seat for the passenger out of it. I put a pool noodle on here, someplace where you can rest your legs. Of course, overhead, storage overhead, lots of storage. You gotta have lots of storage. You gotta figure out how to use this space well. Apartment air conditioner, keeps it nice and cool. Cooler sits there most of the time. When it's just the wife and I, it's great because we can put enough food in there for about 3 days. Like you see, most of it's open wood. My wife's doing the decoupaging with places we've been, things we've seen, kind of like the stickers on the outside. I tried to, because space is so short, I tried to come up with dedicated spots for things, like dedicated spots for your chairs, another cooler. Microwave sits above all this, along with a magnetic rack. Cabinets, everything in here is custom built. It's not finished yet, like I said, it's a work in progress, but hardwood floors. Of course, we made the cabinets. Used granite for the countertops because there's always something hot going to sit on it. As far as the inside goes, most everything's in tubs. This winter, we're going to do a big deal this winter. I'm going to put some pull-out shelves in here this winter. But as you can see, I got a hot plate, I've got a griddle, I've got all that kind of stuff in here. This side, I've got coffee pot, and a couple lanterns, and of course, you got to have a booze shelf. Overhead shelves for glasses, whatever, coffee pot, glasses. Of course, in the back, have a full-size bed here. As always, whenever you pull into a campground, it seems like there's always some place to fish. And for a couple hours, man, I can do this. So there's a couple fishing poles here, plenty of storage. Somebody always wants to tag along and they need a blanket. Flat screen TV. Satellite cable, there's a PlayStation up there, there's a digital antenna hanging in the window over there. Of course, this winter these racks have become nothing but a headache. They've caused us more trouble because you keep banging your head on them. So these racks are coming out, and we're going to build some sort of a closet here. Of course, this is the bathroom, which I made out of aluminum, second quality aluminum sheeting. When the toilet's in there, it's a toilet. When the toilet's out, it's a shower. Made the floor out of The floor is made out of a mixture of thin set and some polymers to keep it flexible. My wife decorated it with river stones and the bottle caps from the beers I drank while we were building this thing. And it works out really well. It's kind of like your little private space. You always seem to need it. And so this is basically our bus.